What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to From the Crypt. I'm Derek. Before I get started talking about movies and such, I just want to say something. We hit 160 subs, so that's awesome. I want to take this time and just thank everybody that is currently subscribed. Without you, this channel is not growing. You are just as important as Jacob and I are. So, thank you. We appreciate it. And if you guys are not currently subscribed, please make sure to subscribe. We've got a lot of fun stuff in the pipeline. And I think we've even kicked around some ideas for stuff that we haven't done before yet to kind of mix things up a bit. So make sure to subscribe so that way you know what's going on. First thing I'm going to apologize for is I forgot to upload something on Wednesday last week. I meant to put out my Child's Play remake review, but I forgot. I've been kind of tied up with school and getting enrolled in a new program and everything and moving on and moving up. So it slipped my mind, but that will definitely be coming out this Wednesday. So what else do I got? Yeah, I guess we're pretty much good to start talking about movies. Now, this one I'm dedicating to Robert Wood-H4V. He left a comment on my Are You Afraid of the Dark Carnival of Doom review and asked for Curse of the Shadows, which is what I am talking about today. This is technically the second season of the Are You Afraid of the Dark revival, and it came out in 2021, I believe. I am going to be talking spoilers for this show, so if you have not seen it, well, first off, if you're a 90s kid who grew up on Are You Afraid of the Dark and haven't seen this one, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? But anyways, let's go ahead and get right into it. Super quick plot synopsis. The Midnight Society stumbles onto a curse that has plagued their town for years. Okay, all right. Who is in Curse of the Shadows? We have Luke McCoy as Bryce, Beatrice Kitsos. God, these names. As Hannah, Malia Baker as Gabby, and Dominic, oh my God, Marachi as Seth. Gonna go ahead and apologize. I butchered probably 3 out of 4 of those names. But anyways, what is good about Curse of the Shadows? Okay, so the first thing that I liked immediately with this one, and any Are You Afraid of the Dark veteran will know this, even in Carnival of Doom, it's always in the woods. Always in the woods. So like basically standard. It was always in the woods. So I like the fact that this, at the start of the season, I should say, is taking place just in like a marina. Like just an old boatyard. So it was, the woods are iconic, but this was at least different to kind of separate it from everything else. I really enjoyed the setting of where the Midnight Society would tell their stories. Now, speaking of the story itself, I really enjoyed Curse of the Shadows, like a lot. It was solid, and if this would have came out during Are You Afraid of the Dark's heyday, back when I would have been like, let's say 8, 9, something like that, it would have scared the shit out of me. No joke. Now, let's talk about the Shadow Man, because I do feel he was an upgrade from Mr. Top Hat in the previous season. That's not a dig on Mr. Top Hat. He was good. I just thought the Shadow Man was way cooler and way more horrifying. Kind of in a Lights Out-esque way, except this motherfucker can turn the lights off and still get you. So there is no real escaping him. The only way to escape him is just to, I don't know, never go in the goddamn woods after it gets dark out. But still, kids are dumb. Kids are going to do all kinds of dumb stuff all the time. Another thing I really enjoyed about this one is I like the fact that this was 6 episodes. Because it gives you time to grow to love these characters. Because there were at times these kids, which I'll get to later, they frustrated me a little bit. But I did genuinely enjoy all the characters in this iteration of the show because it gave them plenty of time to grow and develop. People shouldn't be surprised about this next one, especially considering I got my Ghastly Grinner right there. You know they were going to drop Ghastly Grinner references, and you know your boy is always down for that. I know a season 4 is highly unlikely, at least in this immediate time frame. But if they do another revival, they really need to focus on the Ghastly Grinner. That's all I'm going to say. Sardo's son was awesome. And he definitely had that same energy. Might not have been up to the same level, but it was in the same wavelength of just the sarcasm and just the way he was constantly trying to pawn stuff off on the kids. And he ended up being, a big part of this season and ended up helping, save the day and everything. So Sardo was awesome, or I guess Sardo's son. But at the same time, Sardo, the real Sardo, did make an appearance in the finale, and I was over the moon about it. Because you think back to the original with Dr. Vink and Sardo, like anytime those characters are name dropped, which Dr. Vink is kind of name dropped in this season, because there's a lot of references that I didn't even pick up on from the previous iteration, or from the original run, sorry. Anytime those characters are mentioned, it's just awesome. But as I already kind of started to say in a just train wreck of a thought, the references to the other episodes in the original run, man, this was made with care that people wanted to hey, let's just put little fun stuff in. It didn't beat you over the head with it, because some shows will do that. They're like, oh, that's a previous reference. That's a previous reference. And you're like, oh my God, it's not even clever. Why are you doing it? But the ways that they did it in this, I didn't even pick up on most of them until I was doing a little extra reading before recording. And I was like, oh shit. Yeah, there was all kinds of references to the past. So that is awesome. It's always awesome to see when a show like this is made with care. There was a little brother involved in this show, and it reminded me of Gary and Tucker from the original. So I don't think that was intended on being a reference to that, but it did remind me of that, and the little brother was cool. He ended up kind of being a badass, if I'm being 100% honest. And lastly, I know I said at the beginning that I love the change of scenery for the Midnight Society, but I do really like the fact that after the curse was lifted and they changed the past, that the Midnight Society did end up back in the woods. It just, the way everything was done, you got a little bit of new, but then you got a whole hell of a lot of what you're used to, and it just makes you feel warm and fuzzy on the inside. Okay, so what is bad about Are You Afraid of the Dark? Curse of the Shadows? I did have a lot of positives for this. I also did have one negative. Only one, so that's got to tell you it's good, right? I found myself yelling at the TV a lot because the answer to lift the curse was so freaking obvious that I was just oh my God. So at times you feel man, 6 episodes, and they're not it's going to take them 6 episodes to figure it out. But thankfully, like I said, we get more character development, and then we become more attached to these characters. And we also have to factor in that I'm a 37-year-old yelling at fucking 14-year-olds. They're not going to be the sharpest tools in the shed. So, but that was when you've got it figured out super early. We're talking episode 1 or 2, and then you have the rest of the way to go. You do kind of just come on, let's get to it. But anyways, rewatch by review. Would I rewatch this? Now in my notes I have down no. And that's not a negative, because being husband, father, student, worker, son, everything in my life, it is impossible to really find time to want to sit down and rewatch a whole show of something. Carnival of Doom would be more likely to be rewatched since it's so short. Curse of the Shadows being 6 episodes, I may not rewatch this one. But if I do, because I might, I don't know. I don't know what time holds. Maybe I'll win the lottery and I'll have just all kinds of free time on my hands. Doubtful. So saying I'm not going to rewatch this, do not take that as a dig. It's just I don't have time to rewatch this series in particular, considering there's still stuff that I need to watch and that there's already other shows, much longer shows, that I do really want to sit down and rewatch, but I haven't even had time to do that. So that's not a negative in any way, shape, or form. I feel comfortable after watching it once. I got to experience it, but rewatching, I don't know if it's going to happen. Probably not, just because of time constraints. Would I buy this? Already did. Because, it's not on Paramount Plus anymore, which I know I definitely bitched about in the last episode. So get your shit together, Paramount. What score would I give Curse of the Shadows? I am going to give Curse of the Shadows a 7.5. Now, some people might be shocked because I only had one negative. The one negative didn't drag it down that far. It just, everything that this show does, it does at a good or a really good level. There's nothing mind-blowing or just like perfect about it, but it does everything across the board solid and definitely earns its keep as an Are You Afraid of the Dark season. So that will do it for Curse of the Shadows, guys. Make sure to comment your thoughts down below and let me know. Do you agree? Did you like it? Did you like it better than Carnival of Doom? I definitely did. Let's have a talk about it. As I said at the beginning of the video, if you are currently not subscribed, please consider subscribing. You can see us talk about more stuff. And even suggest stuff that you want us to talk about, because we are always open for suggestions. Any movies that you've seen that you are like, hey, I really want to hear the guy in the cutoff flannel bitch about, send it this way, because I definitely will. I promise you that. But until next time, you guys have a good one.